What keeps you from going insane? These days, strange to say, but my students, much like beer to Homer Simpson, they are the cause and the cure for my insanity. Every other thing in my life is going to hell, but I can make these undergrads' lives a little bit better just by teaching them something useful, giving them some easier assignments they get an achievement buzz out of, or just assuring them that it's okay not know everything right away and they are on the right track. Music, and remembering that even though everyone and my situation suck, I'll hopefully die in the next 60 to 70 years, or earlier, which is a while to wait but not that bad. The fact that I'm not afraid to go insane seems like it would be pretty interesting besides the debilitating aspects. Who gives a shit anyway? Sane, insane. You exist either way. Why is it so scary to people? Lose your mind, fuck it. We want to talk about a revolution but are too chicken shit to go mad. Give me a break. You aren't afraid to be crazy, you're afraid no one will love you. BC, they think you're crazy. General disassociation with my daily life, plus trying to be productive to keep my mind occupied. Staying out of the past and the future. Overthinking either will drive you absolutely bonkers. The hope that one day may be better than the days I have now. I have my doubts since my future seems bleak now, so just in case I'll have to get back onto my old addiction. Chocolate. Music. Time to myself. I'm a mom of 3 and very introverted. My husband and 3 kids never stop talking and I never say much. My time to myself is very necessary. Believe it or not, occasionally I smell lemons for no reason and then at that very moment I kind of get this shiver, the one that runs across your back instead of up it. You know. I know they're watching me, I just can't tell what they've done. Meditating in the morning reminds me that this life can go from hell to heaven just with a perspective shift. Coming to terms with my reality, even if it's incredibly harsh at the time, gives me a sense of sanity. I've been on the verge of snapping more than once. Video games, and knowing that in the weekend, I'm going to get at least a hug from my nephew. It'll sound ironic, but know that we're all insane makes me feel in place. Everyone has some insanity on some aspect of life. The thing is that when there are a lot of insane people that agree on one thing, they consider each other sane. We just need to find an environment with our same insanity to feel sane. Yeah, I went insane understanding this, but I'm sane. So, weed. Tried a lot of self-destructive things to stop the insanity. The ganja helps me cope. Work and my family. Other than that, I don't talk to anybody. I feel like my personality has downgraded to those 2 social environments. The only social interaction I get is work and the 2 to 3 hours I spend with my brothers and parents every week. 2.5 years of this and I'm changing my social dilemma. 1. 2/3. 4. And my cats. My oldest cat genuinely carried me through my mom's death and I wish I could speak cat so I could explain to her how much she has done for me. Kittens and cats. Whenever feel lonely and scared, I watch cat videos and images. They help me from going insane. I'm financially weak right now to raise a kitten. I really want to raise a kitten before I die. Without my rescue dog, even the batshit would have left the bell tower. My mom is another source of unconditional love. My dog is a senior and my mom may be in her final days. I'd probably need to be institutionalized if I lost them both in quick succession. My invisible friend, Space Commander Theodore Pumpkinton, and his elite army of space gods. Knowing that everything is going to be like it's always been, shadows and dust. Universe will consume me, just like everything else, and nobody will escape it. People around me are so afraid for their pets, parents, children, friends, husband/wife and their own death, so I always say it's all good, cause all will become one upside down face. I don't know, I've broke up a 8-year-long relationship and I'm working in a job I don't like. I'm studying and thinking about life and reading is saving me a bit, but I'm starting to have imaginary friends that are like my ex or this girl I like, in my head, that give me advice and which I can talk about what I want. So I think in the end nothing is keeping me sane as I'm already seeing things. Probably many things, but what comes to mind is humility. I am happy with what little I have than what I don't have. I live a easy life, I am like a hobbit. Whenever I'm most likely to lose my sanity, I eat candies. Then, I'm ending up eating 50 to 100 candies in 1 hour. I always spend my money for candies, so I won't have to hurt myself again. Reading and the escapism it brings and listing everything I'm grateful for whenever things get a bit much. Having some nice hiking trails on my doorstep helps. I may have actually gone insane if I lived in the middle of a big city of housing estate. In other people's eyes I seem mostly normal. And I'd guess the reasoning is how old, formal and funny I am and straight-laced I seem. And, perhaps my vocabulary. People always complimenting me about it. One could argue it's a separate identity. IMO, every person is 3 people, who they are in public, in private, friends and family, and who they are alone. I don't let them get mixed up. I'm a functional lunatic. I keep it in my head. My brain that literally acts as a therapist for itself. It's like a basketball that descends into oblivion, depression and insecurities and whatnot, then bounces back and tries to score a hoop, dopamine or happiness or whatever. It's quite the accurate ball and I'm grateful I have it. Some good memories with my grandparents, and mom. Being able to say I helped raise my nieces and they turned out to be pretty decent kids, even if they get too excited and loud sometimes, and being able to have a glass of bourbon, a good cigarette, and nice music playing in the back of a calm day. Would recommend the last bit to anyone. Much love and best wishes. I guess, my dog. And bring forced to live, I would go full insane with knowledge that in few days I will die and my dog is not around anymore. The fact that it doesn't matter if the world as we know it is decaying. I can't do shit about it anyways, so it's better to enjoy the mountains, the trees, the air and so on until I can afford to enjoy them before everything goes south. The ability to step back and reasonably look at my life and surroundings and understand that I have control over large portions of it. And the things that I don't have control over, I have the choice to remove from my life entirely, even if that would come with sacrifice. Exercise. I feel like it gives me a good dose of dopamine after being absolutely miserable all day at work. Myself. Basically, I outlogic my insanities when it becomes overwhelming and if it doesn't help, then I turn to the arts. Knowing that the people out there who are choosing to do harm, are probably the ones that have been shown from a very young age examples of how being good means you're lucky to go nowhere instead of backwards. There's this cat at my apartment that makes a little brrrt noise every time I come home and seems happy to see me. So I got that going for me, which is nice. Oh, I lost it years ago. Pretending to be sane when you are actually insane can cause some real harm. Now that I've embraced it, I haven't been happier.